Hello and welcome back to Tom Q's Tech Tips. Today we're looking at a fairly short subject, and that is going to be clean HDMI out of an iPhone or an iPad using Live2Air Solo. So I've covered this topic before in one of the longer sessions that we've had. It was kind of buried in my workflow update, 20 minutes in, so unless you followed along that far, you wouldn't have seen this. I'm not sure how many of you are interested in this kind of thing. If you are and you're quick with this, you can just head on over to the App Store and download Live2Air Solo, and pretty much you're in business. But if you want to see how this works, just stay tuned. So anyway, this goes back to a couple of years to when I was trying to use iPhones and iPads as production cameras and needed HDMI, the full frame of the video sensor, to be transmitted through HDMI. And of course, to do that, you'll need either the Apple Lightning to digital AV adapter, or if you've got an iPad Pro, you'd be using the USB-C to HDMI. And then you'd go out of that into whatever your HDMI destination is, which in my case, and you can actually hear it right now, it's the Roland V1 HD with multiple video inputs. Or if you just maybe want to use your iPhone and record to some kind of a video recorder like the Atomos Ninja Blade or one of the higher end units that they've got, you'd need to use this app, Live2Air Solo. I've tried other apps, and so anyway, let's just jump in now. So basically, the problem with using an iPhone or an iPad to try to record out through its Lightning port is that it typically wants to show you the interface of the iPhone or the iPad. So I've got let's go to my iPhone first. This is using, what you're looking at here is the interface of FiLMiC Pro. And you wouldn't want to be seeing this on your project if you were going out of the HDMI. And so they've got a feature which lets you touch the interface and everything goes away. And for the most part, that works pretty well. You will get kind of a black frame around the footage, which you could probably crop out in post-production. But if you have to do anything while you're recording and you touch the interface, it's all the little reticles and controls and so forth are going to come back out. So anyway, that's the only problem with this. You can't actually touch anything while you're recording, or you'll start to see the interface. I'm going to switch over to my iPad, and I'm already in Live2Air Solo here. This is its interface, but this is the problem you'll see with the iPad in any other app besides Live2Air Solo, and that is the 4:3 limitation of the iPad interface. So even if you could tap to hide the interface like you can with FiLMiC Pro on an iPhone, you're going to have large black borders on the right and on the left. And so anyways, very simple. You go into the Live2Air, which is made by a company called Teradek. You won't find this on their website unless you do some digging, but it is in the App Store. You can go search for it, Live2Air Solo, or its big brother, I think it might just be called Live2Air. Was designed for use in conjunction with some Teradek high-end products. I'm going to go up and tap the little gears in the upper left, and where you want to head out is to the AirPlay and HDMI output. And you want to change from Mirror OS to Program Stream. And when you hit done, it's going to snap right into that full frame video output. That stream is now going from my iPad into, let's see, I could actually probably pull back a little bit there. from the iPad into one of the HDMI inputs of this V1 HD, and actually switch over to back over to the phone, and I'm going to leave FiLMiC. MoviePro, by the way, has the same options of tapping to hide the interface. I wish one of those two companies would jump in and do something like what I'm about to show you, but I'm going to head over to Live to Air Solo, and I'm going to do the same thing that I was doing with the iPad, and you basically, again, you go into the AirPlay and HDMI output and switch from Mirror the OS to Program Stream. Just while I'm at it here, I want to also show you they've made it possible now with an extra feature that is, I think it was $9.99. You can also record the output locally into your iPhone or your iPad using this program. I have purchased that. I haven't used it much, but just out of gratitude for this being the only app that's out there that does what I want it to do, I've purchased that, and then if I want to record for redundancy or something like that, I can. So here we go. Again, we've got the ability to go straight to the edge, and I don't know if you noticed this, but I can actually I'm moving the little reticles around on the screen, making changes to lighting and so forth, changing what's in focus, and you can't see what I'm doing because it's all hidden. Maybe I could bring this, actually let's bring it around, and I'm going to switch back over to the iPad, and we'll hold this up. So see, I was actually seeing an interface while I was doing that, but while I was making the changes, you can't see on the output what those changes are. So anyway, there's no danger of moving around. Also, another nice little feature that they did probably about a year ago is, I believe it's with a double tap. Let's see. If you have an iPhone 8 Plus or an iPhone 10 or a 10s or a 10s Max or an 11 Pro, you can double tap the interface and it will use the 2x optical zoom. So that's also a very nice little feature. I don't believe they've updated for the iPhone 11 Pro to zoom out to that ultra wide zoom. I'm not sure what will happen there. There haven't been any updates to this in the last 6 months or so since the iPhone 11 Pros came out. I'm a little bit worried. Let me go ahead and just pull out here. I'm a little bit worried that Teradek has really kind of abandoned interest in this project. So anyway, this is kind of a plea to FiLMiC Pro and MoviePro and anybody else that might be interested in something like this. These products are working good with iOS 13, and the iPhone 8 Plus that I've got is working great. So anyway, it's that simple. You just need to go get that program. I'd encourage you to purchase the live recording while you're doing that, just as potentially have Teradek keep some interest in developing the product. If you've got any comments, questions, you know where to put them. And again, if you've got any other products that you know about that do this, then let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. This has been Tom Q's Tech Tips.